guys, welcome to a new episode of surferbrg's review time. This time I'm going to review a game for the PS2 now. And I've actually been a fan. I remember playing the Nintendo 64 game, and I've actually played the series before. It's actually a pretty fun game, actually. I'm surprised. Don't know what happened to the series sometimes, but I'm talking about Turok Evolution. This was a PS2 game, actually. The game was originally for a PC and the Nintendo 64, but then a new one. So I figured I'll take a look at this another one, Turok Evolution. It's supposed to be a really good dinosaur hunter game or whatever. It's still a pretty fun game, so why don't I give this game a try. I have to say this game is pretty good actually for a PS2 game. You know, I have to say I do like the graphics. The graphics were pretty fair. They're not the best graphics, but they did a good job for a PS2 game. Because I know graphics are a thing when it came to these game consoles. So the graphics part's really good actually. I do like this. I can bust up laughing whenever you even kill like an enemy or like a enemy or something with a close-range weapon. You'll see a lot of blood come out. Even I think there's a setting where you could adjust the blood level, but a lot of people, you know, these guys that like Red M games, is really. So basically, the first stage, you're just going through like the jungles and stuff. It's chapter 1. You got all sorts of obstacles, puzzles, even fight monsters sometimes in order to get a key or whatever. There's different types of enemies. There's like, besides lizard people and stuff, there's also raptors and little dinosaurs you come across to try to attack you too. It's actually still a pretty good game, I have to say. I think my only major concerns, I don't know if it's just me but the controls feel kind of a little weird. And, you know, like, you gotta use one toggle switch to, like, aim, and the others, like, if you want to move around. And, you know, controls are a little weird. Like, sometimes you gotta press, like, triangle or square to, like, switch weapon, X0. Sometimes I keep mistaking them for the jump or shoot. Well, the R1 and R2 or whatever it is, you know, they do get they got the shoot button right, but some of this I'm all like, what am I playing? I have to say that's my only major problem with the game was the controls and stuff. The game's still pretty fun actually. I also looked through the option thing I noticed before I started the game was they do have a cheat section too, so you know, if the game's either too hard or if you just want to do it just for the heck of it, like sometimes I like to do, there's a thing where you can insert some cheats, like type in some cheat codes and it allows you to do stuff, you know, basically, you know, start with every weapon, infinite ammo, all that simple stuff. It's kind of like, you know, if you're giving a 2-year-old something to play with, you go, here, I'm going to give you all this, it's got all this, so, you know, it's kind of like keeping a 2-year-old busy with a video game, kind of, even though this game was Red M, but I don't think a 2-year-old could play this game because this game's Red M. Not much there to say, the game's pretty alright, it's pretty fun, actually. I even couldn't stop playing I couldn't stop even playing the game for like 20 or 30 minutes, maybe an hour, and it was actually a pretty fun game actually to get into. There's some first-person shooters I would admit I like, and there's some I don't, but this one I probably prefer, like. And not much else to say other than, you know, it shows how you die. Usually if you die, you'll start all over, but not start all the way. Maybe you'll just start at like a checkpoint or whatever. So that's a big relief. At least you don't have to start the game all over, or stage all over. So, overall, enough of a chit-chat. I'm going to get right to the final results. I really don't have much to say about this game other than it's actually pretty fun, actually. So it was worth it. Cool part was, you know, this game was only like $4. I got this game for $4, so it was actually a good deal. I usually take advantage of some of the games when they go cheap. But, overall, it was actually worth it, and it was a pretty fun game. Especially since it's got a lot of blood and gore, but still a pretty fun game, actually, I have to say. And my only major concern was the controls, but the graphics did a good job with the graphics, gameplay and stuff, especially the cheat one. That's a little points to them because for including, what was it, like a cheat option if you want to, like, type in cheats. But overall, this game's actually pretty fun, actually, especially if you want to kill dinosaurs and stuff. So, you know what, let's give the game a 9.0, because it's actually really fun. I do like the graphics and stuff. My only major problem was the controls, but overall, still a really good game, so let's just give the game a 9.0. So, that's all I have to say, so see you guys in the next review.